Okay, and now I'm going to continue and hopefully complete Dizzy the Ultimate Cartoon Adventure. That's right, this is part 4 of my playthrough of this game. So, without further ado, let's get it underway. As you can see, I've only got 4 lives right now, even though I think when I stopped the playthrough last time I might have had 6 lives. And that's because, as I've said before, there's no save feature in this game. So each time I continue, I have to play from the start and get up to the point where I was previously before I can continue again. And considering I was rather impatient and also feeling a bit stressed with my OCD as I was playing through the game to get to this part again, well, I was a bit careless at times, and believe it or not, before this I actually only had 3 lives, and I was starting to feel concerned that I might not actually be able to complete the game on this particular playthrough, and I might have to make another attempt to get to this point. But anyway, let's do what we came here to do and cut through this thin little strip of ground with the sharp diamond. And as I thought, the lift would start up again. Hopefully it'll come back down once it goes up, yes. So, I'll soon go and get the coat, the plastic raincoat in order to get rid of that drop of water that's in the cave just there. But first I'm gonna check the castle. Yeah, I'll check throughout the castle to see if there's anything else there that inspires me first, because I'm not really sure what to do with that little raft that's tethered near that dripping water in that cave that I managed to get into just then. So yeah, we'll go and do that. But you didn't see me the other day put this bottle on the cauldron. You just saw it bouncing without explanation the other day, didn't you? So there it is, me putting it on the cauldron in order to make it bounce merrily up and down just like that. Important to always make that jump at just the right spot so that it doesn't collapse, so that the cloud bridge there doesn't collapse like that. And I'm glad that once I get started doing the actual commentary when I'm playing this game, my OCD generally tends to weaken, although I sometimes get panicky with it sometimes, but I'm guessing that with me talking and concentrating on talking and finding things to say and whatnot, that probably keeps my OCD at bay somewhat, because I'm already feeling better now that I've started with the commentary, funnily enough. Ah yeah, and I'm guessing that dagger there, the jeweled dagger or knife or whatever it is, I'm guessing this will be used to cut the tethered raft free in that cave where I just was before. But never mind. I can't remember what's to the left as I still need to kill. Can't remember if it's a spider or what. Yeah, I remember it being a spider, so let's go and get that pesticide. But I think first we'll bother checking the rest of the castle until I've cut loose the raft. Yeah. Hopefully my laptop and microphone is close enough to me in order to be picking my voice up clearly, yeah. Because, as you can imagine, most of the time I'm looking down as I'm talking, well, kind of looking down anyway as I play this, and, yeah, I'll just get a life, and you can imagine how I'd be concerned that maybe the microphone isn't picking up my voice properly without looking down, like, that might constitute as mumbling or something. And as you can see, this here is shark-infested water, even though there's only one shark there, a shark-infested moat, yeah. Alright, remember what else I need? I need that coat, don't I? Yeah. because there's dripping water in the cave as well as the raft, which I need to cut free. And you can see how the time flies once I start with the commentary, can't you? We're already 5 minutes into this, meaning that I've maybe got only 25 minutes to complete this, although if I'm very near the end, once we get to the half-hour mark, then I think we can go over half an hour. No rules against this after all. Someone was saying something before I watched this video on YouTube calling Dizzy one of the physically weakest game characters or protagonists ever. And while I would agree to some extent, the person in the video was also commenting on how detailed backgrounds in games are a great thing, and how, as you can see from this particular Dizzy game, the background is just a plain black colour, and that person went on to say how in Dizzy games sometimes the backgrounds are actually harmful, like how when there's torches on castle walls or somehow floating outside in the backgrounds, and how in Dizzy games they can sometimes be so hard that when you jump and you touch the flame from torches in the background, you'll still either hurt yourself or lose a life. And say what you want though, but personally I think the black backgrounds of these old 8-bit versions of Dizzy games really added to the charm and character and mood of the atmosphere, really, like making it seem like it's night time, even though it probably pretty much is night time with the moon, with the moody moon in the sky and whatnot. But yeah, with some of the 16-bit Dizzy games, they had a daylight sky in the background as the games took place, and I remember finding that particularly strange and eye-opening when I was young, since I had an 8-bit Amstrad which I played games on when I was young, and because all of the Dizzy games had this plain black background because of the graphical limitations of the old 8-bit computers, I used to assume they were all, assume that all the Dizzy games took place at night times, and that it would have been quite scary for Dizzy being out on his own at night times, having to deal with all kinds of intimidating characters and also solving puzzles in the dead of night. But yeah, seeing certain Dizzy games on the 16-bit machines, with them portraying the action as taking place at daytime, well, that kind of opened my eyes for me a bit. But then, in fact, I used to think it would have been a nice, quite a nice novelty playing the Dizzy games with a daylight sky in the background, but nowadays, to be honest, when I see 16-bit Dizzy games with 16-bit graphics and I see the daylight skies, to be honest, it just almost doesn't feel like Dizzy to me. To me, those moody black skies in the background are kind of one of the staples, if you will, of the Dizzy games. So, call me a traditionalist if you like, but that's just the way I feel at the moment. Anyway, what we need to do is get that knife, which I left behind in order to cut that raft loose, I think, in that cave that I was just in, where I used my raincoat, my plastic raincoat in order to get rid of that falling drop in the cave. So onward we go. You know there's lots of magic in the air, and that we're going after an evil wizard when you see logs floating up and down in the air at times on the particularly hazardous screens, don't you? Yeah. Well, then again, who else would have a castle floating on a cloud like that? Another tree with a face on it. Well, what I think looks like a face, it might just be part of the pattern, who knows? Although it does seem familiar, I've played Dizzy Fang games before with talking trees in them which have looked like that, so maybe they are faces. Or maybe it's just a case of other fans thinking they look like faces. Hopefully this raft will come back when I cut it loose, like all the others do. Yeah. Need to be careful with that more than one stalactite. Yeah, this could be really tricky. I think it's doable though, so long as I be careful. Or just patient. Oh, I should have brought a raincoat and it's just across the... Yeah, I thought there was really hard screens with stalactites in this version, and I thought the other screens I showed you the other day were comparatively easy compared to what I remembered. I mean, look at this screen, there's 3 stalactites falling down, which I need to deal with and avoid. That's getting kind of extreme, isn't it? Oh, I remember this one being hard as well. Can't even remember what's down there. That pit that I'm standing by there. And with Dizzy being dizzy, as you can imagine, I can quite easily roll into these bodies of water when making these jumps right here. Let's be brave and see what's down here. I think I remember that amulet now. I think it's used to make myself immune to the energy bolts casted by the wizard, but the lethal energy bolts casted by the evil wizard's axe. Yeah, see, a protective amulet. Hopefully I won't get stuck forever if I try to jump up here, because it does look rather treacherous, but no, I'm safe. I'm gonna have to wait for this to go all the way down before I can make this jump because of that stalactite there. I suppose it's possible I might be able to make this jump on the next screen, but across this body of water here, but no, personally I think it's too big a jump. Watch another stalactite come down before the lift comes down. Oh, I got lucky once again and it didn't come. Nice. And I'm glad I've got my 6 lives back. That's making me feel a bit more comfortable and contented. Yeah. That was close though. I thought a drop of water was going to kill me, and it did anyway. I think I made a mistake by going too far away. But no, it seems to be quite a hard jump, doesn't it? Oh, that's the way to do it. But because I hold grudges, I'm gonna take that raincoat and kill that and destroy or neutralize that drop of water, whatever you want to call the action of taking it out of the equation or eliminating it. Let's not be getting careless now. There we go. Let's hope that holding grudges like that doesn't prove fatal for me. I was a bit worried when I was on that raft and the stalactite was poised to fall down and kill me or impale me, whatever it would do to an egg. I remembered that there was another drop of water, another place where there was dropping water in the castle. And with me wanting all the points I can get, you know I'm going to use the raincoat to take that other raindrop out of the equation. Isn't this a nice, still, tranquil night that we're walking through? Can't believe we're halfway through this video already. Doesn't the time fly when you're having fun? Still, it's nice being able to get through these screens easily now that most of the hazards and creatures have been nullified. Thanks to my resourceful use of the items at hand. There's the owner of a broken heart, the owner of a broken heart statue, I suppose you could call it. They should have had that in yes, should have had that in their music video back in the day. But then again, I think Owner of a Broken Heart by Yes was released in 1983, also the year I was born, and this game was made in 1986 or 7, so I believe. Can't remember what I need now. Oh yeah, the amulet. But first, I'll go into the castle basement because, you know what I'm like, I don't like leaving stones unturned, so to speak. But it seems like there's nothing really here. The waiting room. Why not stay a while? That doesn't sound good. Like this room might be a trap or something. Why not stay forever? That doesn't sound good at all. I think I can still get out of here though. Yeah, that's a relief. Seems familiar. It's possible to get trapped in that room and for the game to get be over from that point. Can't remember what this horseshoe magnet's for either. Another cauldron. Flask of troll brew. Ah, this is one of the ingredients for the potion at the start of the game. I thought it looked like a milk bottle myself, but looks can be deceiving, I guess. Even though I've been something of an OCD freak in terms of gathering points from neutralizing the various dangers that we've seen, even though I'm perfectly capable of avoiding them like raindrops and spiders and apples and whatnot. Well, I don't really care about getting every point that there is to get in this game, really, just so long as I complete it and make a respectable showing. After all, it might not be a good thing showing absolutely everything in the game, just in case it takes the surprise out of it for some people, maybe. Although personally, I can't really see how a person seeing the whole playthrough of a game can really put them off playing it. And to be honest, I thought that was every ingredient that needs to go into the cauldron once that troll brew's in there, but no, I can't seem to collect the bottle yet. Anyway, I'd best get the amulet, the protective amulet, wherever it is. Yeah, shame I left it so far away. But then again, I couldn't really help it, since in this game you can only carry one item at a time, and I felt the need to take the raincoat to get rid of the raindrops. Yeah. Can't remember what happens once we use the amulet. It nullifies Axe's energy bolts, is his lethal energy bolts, though. But since there's only a few objects left, I suppose there won't be much trial and error involved if I'm left wondering what to do in the end. And we've only got about 7.5 minutes left, so it's to be hoped that I do figure out what to do quite fast, isn't it? Still, on the bright side, I think we've seen every screen in the game now, possibly. Yeah, those energy bolts can't hurt me now. But I think Zax himself still can, which is why we need the potion, the completed potion. Maybe this horseshoe is used on the bucket that we keep seeing as we travel to the castle and back. Dizzy's End, on the contrary, we're only just getting started with our vengeance against Zax. Yeah, I can't seem to drop my horseshoe magnet on the bucket or whatever. I was starting to think I need that bag of gold. Yeah. Unless the horseshoe magnet would somehow be part of the potion, but no, you'd think it'd be too solid, wouldn't you? Too solid to be dissolved in a potion unless the potion ends up being very acidic. I mean, I know they say horseshoes are have a reputation of being lucky or unlucky, but I don't know if luck has anything to do with that bucket that we see on the other side of the map. But yeah, I've got a feeling we're very close to the end now, so maybe we can go past half an hour this time. Just want to see what's over here in case I've left anything over there. Always a bit nerve-wracking making those big jumps across the gaping chasms. Makes me wonder if it's even possible to get that extra life that we saw on the right just before. I knew I shouldn't have tried that jump. Best to do it with the trampoline. Just I'm in a bit of a rush, you see. It's not haunted anymore, it used to be. Until I took the ghost hunting later to the ghost that resided there. Yeah, I'll just see what's all the way over here first so that I can feel good about there not being anything there. Don't really feel like crossing the body of water though. Dang. I see, the person who made that sign must have had budget problems or something, or maybe they just couldn't find a piece of wood big enough. There's Dizzy's excessive rolling again. That reminds me of a beanstalk, that red tree type thing there. So I think we maybe stand on top of this, yes, and use the bag of gold like I just did. Without silver lining. Yeah, I remember that being one of the ingredients to the potion as well. So without further ado, let's go and put it, if I remember correctly, sometimes there's been a bug in the past where the cloud's silver lining wouldn't always fall down at that point. And who knows, maybe the horseshoe that we saw before, maybe that's just a red herring item that doesn't have any use. If so, I could be well on my way to completing the game now. So there's something to celebrate. Yeah, our potion bottle's full. So that means, theoretically, we can kill Zax now. And then the game will be over and Dizzy will be a hero. Yay. And done neatly within half an hour as well, which is quite the achievement, I think. Considering I wasn't quite sure what I was doing, even though I had a good idea. 87,000 points as well. Sid Crosby would be proud. For those who don't know, Sid Crosby is number 87 of the Pittsburgh Penguins in the National Hockey League. A player who some consider to be the best player ever, the best player of modern times. I don't, but I digress. Isaacs, I don't suppose you'd be willing to stop being such a harmful villain to the people of Yorkfolk, would you? No? Oh look, so you've got to die. Goodbye. Congratulations. Dizzy has rid Kathmandu of the evil wizard Sax, and in doing so has gained the respect of which he is truly typo worthy. Is this disease only challenge typos galore here, or will he be called upon again? And here we have it, the beginning of a legacy, everyone. So what happens now? Can't remember. I think this might have been... Oh yeah, it does end. Okay then, I'll close this video by asking everyone a theoretical question. Does anyone out there think that maybe the wizard Zax might be some kind of a relation to Zach Dingle from Emmerdale Farm, maybe? That's an interesting theoretical question for everyone to ponder, I think. I mean, well, people may not think that a wizard and a farmer, or a Topman farmer, might be really compatible as family members. What we've got to remember is that our family trees are only the foundation of our lives, and that often our careers and passions can take us in different far-reaching directions from the other members of our clans. And there's my final thought for the evening, comparable to Jerry Springer's old final thoughts that he used to have at the end of his shows. So I hope you have all enjoyed the first Dizzy game. It's an all-time classic, and I'd advise everyone else watching to play this sometime and try to complete it honestly without referring to this video for a guide. But if you can't, then my videos will always be here for reference, I hope. And now I almost can't hear my words over the music since I'm wearing headphones and all. Even though the volume isn't that loud, it's only at 2%. Just goes to show how potent the sound on headphones is, doesn't it? Anyway, I'll let you all go now, so goodbye everyone. And until the next video comes, I'll be seeing you. Adios.